What's going on, y'all, man? We're going to welcome everybody here to another episode of I'm Standing on the Podcast. Now, I know we kind of been gone for a minute, man. It's done been some weeks. We got the one and only, man, Reflection. He back, man. He dropped a whole bunch of gems on us last time he was in the building. Y'all all know Legend.
Mama said knock him out.
What'd you say, Reflection?
Mama said knock him out, so I had to do what I do.
Here you go. Well, I forgot, y'all. We got two New York people in here, so it might get crazy. Man, y'all all know Legend, man. He a regular one on here. He drop jewels all the time. So welcome back. And then we got a newbie, man. We got a newbie. She like to talk a little shit, you know what I'm saying? But I met her. She be talking, voicing her opinion, and she don't care. But y'all, we got Christy here, man. Welcome to the show for the first time.
Whoop, 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 whoop. On my Arsenio Hall shit. Whoop, 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 whoop.
Hey, man. So the reason I wanted y'all to be on the show today is because, man, I was watching some TV over the weekend, and I didn't know about the statement that was going on with this whole Lululemon thing. And I guess the owner made comments that he only made his clothes for certain people. So a couple of women went into the Lululemon store. I don't know if this was a protest against the owner or these were just people inside the store acting a fool. But they went in there, man. They was twerk dancing. They was all on the floor. Man, they were scaring the customers, man. Doing the splits. And I'm talking about grown people, man. We're not talking about teenagers. Grown women in there, 7 deep. Boy, clapping ass. They was doing it all, man. But before we get into it, I want to actually show y'all the video just to give y'all a refresher, and then we can go in from there.
Bet.
Let's see. And let me know if y'all can see it and all.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right, here we go.
This is very much real. Imagine that was you shopping in the store with your daughter. Come with a lot of
all right, y'all. That's the video right there, man. That took place out in Atlanta at the Lululemon store. For y'all that might not ever been to that store and y'all don't know what kind of store that is, it's more of a kind of like an upscale kind of women's workout clothes type thing. Pair of pants might start off at $100 and go higher than that. So they're coming into the store, man, twerking, cheering each other on, doing the splits, not bouncing, but rubbing it on the ground in front of all the customers, man. Hey, what the world, man? How we end up here as adults acting a fool like that?
I can sum it up in 8 words, man.
What's that, man?
The age level of expected maturity has expired. Usually, when a woman was coming out of her teens, fresh into her 20s, 2021, she wanted to make sure she was obviously established, had a foundation, a husband, a wife, a career. And if she didn't have that by 2021, it was kind of frowned upon. So all that foolishness was out of her system once she came out of her teens. But now the maturity level and expectation is gone. Now you got 30-year-old women out here still acting like 15. You even got 40-year-old women out here. So the expected rate and level of maturity has expired. It's gone, man. That's just my opinion.
Man, you got 50-year-old women. Had Mariposa doing that same dance right there. You know, when I grew up, man, my grandmama was in her 50s. You know, when I was growing up, she wasn't doing that. My grandma didn't know how to twerk, do the split, or wear Jordans. You know what I mean? So this the world we in today. Chrissy, what's your opinion on it? We got one woman on the show. Well, I mean, what's your opinion?
I think that women are just wilding out right now. We've gained this freedom, and we're just out here acting like we really don't give a fuck. And we can not give a fuck but still respect ourselves. We're giving people the reason why we didn't have all these rights. Now we feel all liberated and shit, and like we don't need a man and we can twerk all over the place. And like, is that really the message we really want to give to people? There's a lot of women out here that are holding things down, that are taking care of business. And I mean, I get the same respect. I don't need to shake my ass in front of everybody to get my respect. But right now it's all about what's out on social media. Social media saying, oh, this is great, let's all shake our ass. And then you got these women who, you know what I mean, are sitting at home with no men because you can't get a man. And then you're saying, I don't need a man. I could do all I want to do by myself. Whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. Okay, let's all get together and shake our ass at Lululemon. Okay, you mad because Lululemon doesn't want to sell shit to you? Okay, then don't buy his shit.
That's it.
Tommy Hilfiger didn't either.
Thank you. I mean, and so you out there twerking in his store is giving him exactly the reason why he doesn't want to sell to you.
There it is, right there. There it is.
It's simple. Just don't buy their shit. But then you gave him a reason to say the shit that they're saying.
That's it. There's other ways to protest than going inside twerk dancing in front of everybody. But like you said, you gave him the reason where he got this on video now. Say, see this right here? This is why I don't want certain people wearing my clothes. I'm not marketing to these kind of people, you know?
Right.
And I'm going to be 100 with you. I try to look at it from a lot of different angles. Sometimes it's not about, they try to make it into a race thing. How do you know with him saying, I only made my clothes for certain people? What if it wasn't about race? What if he was saying, I only made my clothes for skinny, the athletic, the whatever that look is? My clothes wasn't made for a bigger woman. He could have meant that as well, because he didn't say I didn't make my clothes for black women. He never said that. You know, just like you got clothes out here for women, right? They say we made these clothes for women with curves, a bigger ass, all that. What about the women that ain't got no ass? They supposed to be mad. Are they gonna go in there and twerk dance too? You know what I mean? There are clothes out there that are made for certain body types. You got women that's more like smaller chest or even flat chested. They can wear certain shirts with no bra. These ladies with the big ass chest, you can't get away with them shirts. So this is a real thing. You know what I mean? But I see Larry sitting there, man, like he contemplating and thinking.
No,
so I know he got something to say.
I'm just listening. Hey, but let me touch on what you were saying though. Like when he says a certain demographic, what I'm thinking he meaning by some shit like that is like he's talking about class. Because I don't think he's talking about race as much as he's talking about classes, because you got black people that's just ratchet and ghetto. You can't take these niggas nowhere. You can't, you know what I'm saying? They don't know how to act no matter where they go. And then you have black people, black women, since we talking about Lululemon, whatever, and we talking about women, there's black women. I think he's talking about the lower class black women, the type of women that we seen in that video. We got people in our club, for instance, right? They hood. I won't say they ghetto, but they hood, but they classy. They ain't gonna be up in Lululemon twerking. I don't think he's talking about them women, them black women. I don't think he's talking about black women in general, because there's black women that could go up in his shop, go up in his stores, whatever, shop and be classy and represent black people as a whole, as a people, the right way. He ain't talking about them. He talking about these bitches that we seen up in the video that's gonna make us look crazy or make black women look crazy. And that's what I think it is. It's a class thing more than it's a race thing. That's just my opinion.
No, I agree with that. Paul, what's your opinion on that, Paul?
Well, I think they should have went up there and represent what they were really standing for in a different form and fashion, you know, because, you know, the way they acted and conducted themselves, it was very inappropriate, you know, because the man never said, hey, I only want this particular people to wear my product. You know, he never said that. you know. So you're treating it like it's a racial thing. It's not a racial thing far as he's concerned, because he put it out there. He wants people to wear his fashion. But for them to go up in there and doing splits and all that, and then put it out there, what kind of example are we showing our younger generations? You got older, elderly women, 45 to 61, 62 maybe, you know, that's athletic, out there doing that. You know, what kind of example does that set for our younger sisters, our upcoming queens, you know? We want them to go to school and be pretty young ladies, intelligent young ladies, you know, doing all this. I was in the store, matter of fact, yesterday, and there was two guys in there with two girls in there with their butts all hanging out and stuff. And they weren't no more than maybe 18, 19 years old. And this Caucasian lady walks up to him and says, "Hey, do your parents really let you out of the house looking like that?" And the one girl,
Obama.
Yes, that Obama Wi-Fi, boy.
Well, you know, and he was in the zone too. But you know what they say: if you want to find out who a person is, check out their friends. Look at their friends.
That's it.
That'll tell you everything about a person.
But you know what?
We got a comment here, man, from Cornell. If y'all can see it on the screen there.
Oh, okay.
He said it had nothing to do with body size and nothing to do with class. It's about black women. We all know what he meant.
Man, nah, Cornell. No, man. No.
And even if
Because
it
you have
did, so does that
black
mean
people
anytime someone gets mad at us, we're gonna twerk on them? If our boss does it, if our boss say something we don't like, we're gonna go to work and twerk our asses at work just to get what? Just to rebel and show that I can twerk and show my ass?
You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? He didn't have to name a race because he knew we was gonna show our ass and target.
Thank you. God damn it. Thank you.
Simple as that.
You ain't gotta say that. That's why I said it's a class thing, bro. Like, but there's certain people that can go up in Lululemon. I'm sorry, certain black people, and I mean certain. I put that shit in quotes, that are not gonna be twerking. I know we all know black people. Again, we have black people, we have black women in our club that, yeah, we could tell like y'all from a certain background, but they ain't gonna go up in no fucking Lululemon twerking and doing all that crazy. Like, they have more class than that. And then trust me, we have black women in our club that'll probably go up in Lululemon and start twerking too. Who the fuck knows? But I think it's you hit the nail on the head, bro. You hit the nail on the head, my G-Pac. Like, we already know mathematics. We don't even have to put it in writing. The shit's already on the wall. It's already on the wall.
We're so obvious within our culture. They just let us bury ourselves, man.
Facts.
And it's a continuing thing. Like usually we
add to the stereotype.
Usually we can never prove them wrong.
Nah, at all. Not at all. But black people hate hearing that shit, though. Trust me.
Yeah, because we hate to look in the mirror when we're not
about themselves. They hate hearing the truth about themselves, bro.
The best time to look in the mirror is when you're not looking good. That way you can see the flaws. Most niggas look in the mirror when they're looking good. How the fuck you gonna see a flaw when you're looking good?
So Cornell think we missing a point. He said we're paying too much attention looking at the demonstration and focusing on that instead of paying attention to the man comments. You know, in my opinion on it is, to me, whether what his comments are, I really don't care what his comments is.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't owe it to me to have to like me. And I don't owe it to him to have to spend my money at his store. I just don't, I won't fuck with you. That's it. I don't care about the comments.
There's other places I can shop. I'm not
worried
about it.
Me being a black man, I care more about. Me being a black man, I care more about how the black woman is representing herself out here in this public than versus what this man is saying. And you know, what him saying don't affect me, but within our own people, that affects me. You know what I mean? Like, we say certain people, they judge us, certain people don't respect us. Oh, the black woman is the least protected. We heard all these comments before.
Yeah.
Who's saying something to them when they go out there and act like that?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I
Black
mean?
queens. That's they black queens.
I ain't never seen a queen do that. I ain't even seen that in a book, a paper, a drawing.
Mhm.
A queen. I ain't never seen a queen act like that.
Facts.
Women in general don't care about their reputation no more. They
No.
don't.
They egg on bad behavior. One, you go into the store, one twerk dancing and did all that bending over. You know what the next woman did? She came over and told her, "Hey, girl, don't do that. Stop that." She went over there and started clapping on her ass, encouraging. Then they all started dancing and doing it on the floor.
What I was gonna say is the reason why shit like that happens is because we don't hold each other accountable for that kind of behavior. So you basically just touched on that. When somebody walk up to a motherfucker and be like, slap him on the ass and then join in, that's exactly what I'm saying. We don't hold each other accountable. So eventually, over time, you get a mentality, you develop a mentality like that shit is normal. It becomes normal and it's acceptable. So every reason, whether it's a reason or not, whether, oh shit, my son just graduated, they're gonna start twerking. I just got a raise. She gonna start twerking. I just quit my job. They gonna start twerking. No matter what the fuck it is, black women think that they should twerk over every motherfucking thing. And that's not what it is, because nobody's saying, yo, what the fuck are y'all twerking for? Everybody's like, hey, fuck all that hey shit. Hold each other accountable.
Hey, I don't want to go in.
Yo, fuck all that, bro. Like,
I don't want to go.
We don't hold each other accountable. We don't hold each other accountable enough. And we make the shit seem like it's okay. And that's why we do shit. Black women be twerking over every motherfucking thing for no motherfucking reason. And they think that it's all right. Like, it's not okay. I've been saying this shit for 2 years.
When it all is twerking come out and take over, man. I remember growing up. Y'all remember this dance with TLC, baby, when they just came down and did the what happened to them dances? Them dances is gone. Everything got to be twerking and bending over and legs spreading open and on the ground and getting low. Why does every song got to have twerking behind it?
Because the desire.
Because that's what men like.
Always got to dance twerking to every damn song.
Women are doing it because they're getting the attention. It's all for attention. We're doing it for attention. Women do what they do for attention. They don't realize, they don't care if it's good attention or bad attention. They just know they got attention. Those women are probably excited that they went viral and they're getting negative feedback, and they're okay with that because they don't give a fuck.
The hunger for validation is off the radar.
Thank you.
That's crazy as fuck, man.
I know that's right.
Only men that like that shit. The only men that like that shit are the simps. And it's the simps that's co-signing that shit. Real niggas ain't co-signing that shit.
I mean, if it's not in the strip club,
men with class only co-sign women with class. I promise you that. Even if it's just a little bit of class. I've been saying for 2 years, please, women, stop fucking twerking. I'll be glad when that shit's done. Like, I've been tired of seeing women twerking, especially for no fucking reason. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's not that deep. It's really not that deep. And let me say something, fam, real quick. As far as like what Cornell's saying, right? When he made the comment about did he say it before or after, I get what he's saying. Real shit. But I remember in the 90s, right? When New York niggas was starting rocking Tommy Hilfiger, and I'm a New York nigga myself, so I remember the shit. Tommy Hilfiger and all these other fashion, these high-end fashion niggas was like, we don't want black people rocking our shit. It's nothing new for these high-end fashion or whoever it is to be like, we don't want certain people rocking our shit because we carry ourselves or put ourselves out there a certain type of way, and they don't want nothing to do with that shit. So even in the 90s when niggas was rocking Tommy Hilfiger polo, they was like, we don't want black people rocking our shit. Guess what black people was doing? Flocking to the fucking stores. We wasn't twerking, but we were still flocking to their stores like we copping their shit no matter what. But again, we don't hold each other accountable for that shit. We co-sign it. We co-sign each other's fuckery. Not all of us, but we co-sign the fuckery. And this is why we stuck where we still stuck from back in the fucking 90s and the 80s. That's real shit. But they don't want to hear that shit. Because when I posted that shit on my Facebook, they're going to be mad as hell in my comments like, oh my God, this nigga L, he's not black enough and he don't like black people. And man, fuck all that shit, man. It's not about all
That's
that,
the
man. It's
bailout.
about just being
That's
held
the
accountable.
bailout.
I'm holding black people accountable, and they don't want to be held accountable. So that's what it is.
You can't hold them accountable. We got Cornell with another comment here. He said you're focusing on a small crowd of black women instead of focusing on a racist man telling us what he want us to the black people not to wear his clothes. But
Okay.
it's not about that. To me, in my opinion, it's not about that. Again, you giving too much power to this man that you call him racist. I don't care what his views are. If you got racist people in every culture. You got racist black women that don't even like white people. If you want to keep it 100, you know what I mean? Why are you giving the power to them? Just don't go to the store. It's simple. Don't spend your money there. Do you have to have his workout clothes on? We see workout clothes, leggings, all that everywhere. Go buy somebody else shit. Go make somebody else rich. Go support their brand. Why focus on him?
That is true. How many white people have you caught with FUBU, wearing FUBU? How many white people have you caught wearing True Religion?
-1.
I thought like your regular Caucasian people.
Well, you have
Little to nothing.
True Religion is actually a white brand that came out for white people. When black people started, because it was out a long time ago before for black people put their hands on it. Once we put it on it, we don't
change the status.
Just like any other clothing brand. When black people start wearing it, it's now cool to wear. You know what I mean? And then other people start wearing that stuff. It always go like that. When we stop wearing it, you see the market go down on that brand now. You know what I'm saying? But why we don't even support our own? We don't buy our own people clothes.
Because it ain't cool.
So I can't focus on what this white man saying about not wearing this stuff.
But what's crazy is that the part that I get out of Cornell's comment is when he said a small crowd. The video that you show, right? One piece of the video that you didn't show, but we all know it's a fact, right? Is one thing that she said and she pointed out, and I totally agree. I've been saying this shit for the longest, is that he said a small crowd, but it's the majority of black women. And I'm not all black women, not all black people, but the vast majority of black women, that's the way they think. Like they gonna twerk when shit come even when a certain song come on, you don't know no other fucking dance but to twerk and split. You don't know no other dance. The first thing that come to your mind is twerk, bitch. Come on, man. So it's not a small crowd. I get his point and what he's saying, but it's not a small crowd. It's a bigger crowd than small. It's a lot bigger than small. You know what I'm saying? Majority of it is what it is. And again, you got a lot of simps out there that co-sign that shit. Ain't nobody telling these chicks, yo, stop twerking. You got people like Freddie Benz, my G, Pac, and certain people that's like, bitches, stop twerking. And that's what it is. But not enough black people, even black women are saying, yo, show you like hitting their homegirl, like, yo, stop twerking. You ain't got to twerk just because whatever, you know what I'm saying? The light turned green. They get, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it seems like. It's like for every reason, they just twerk and it's just, and they act out. You know what I'm saying? It's like the mentality is like Pac said, they don't care. They have this I don't care attitude. I don't care what people think. It's okay to not care what people think about you or what they think, that what their opinion of you. But you don't have to like add on to the stereotype. You don't have to, you know what I'm saying, like prove them right. You know what I'm saying? Like prove them wrong. Even if you do that shit in behind closed doors, whatever, just you don't have to add to the stereotype. Every time we see black people on camera, it doesn't have to be either doing A, B, or C. Why can't it be X, Y, or Z or somewhere in between the shit? You know what I'm saying? Because like I'll be going on cruises every year, right? So I'll be following the cruise shit. Every time there's a fight on the cruise, guess what my thinking is? I already know what it is. I bet it's some niggas.
I might have to play I might have to play the video over one more time because Cornell said, what's the topic? Is it about the people wearing the clothes or black women twerking? Because there was black women in there that wasn't twerking. Well, the black women they showed on the camera, every single one of them was twerking.
Or splitting.
And what stood out in that video?
All of them was twerking. It wasn't one that wasn't. maybe the one woman that wasn't twerking, that's because she was too busy clapping the other girl ass that was bent over.
Nah, the other one that wasn't twerking was the one with the camera and
With
the
the
fucking
video.
Camera. That's it. All of them was twerking in that video, Cornell. I'm gonna have to send you the video, brother, so you can see. We can't change the narrative so we can fit what you want your answer to be. They all was twerking. And the point is, they all twerking, and these were grown women in there, not kids.
That's crazy.
Not young adults in their 20s. These were grown women that know better.
That's what make it crazy.
Obviously, they don't know better.
The point of the guy making a comment got overshadowed by us going into the store doing what we did. We couldn't keep it on the topic of him making his comment. We could have kept it there until we went into the store acting a fool doing that. That's what changed the whole narrative. You know what I mean? So now we so focused on what our people did, we done forgot what he done said now. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's why it went viral. The viral moment wasn't because of his comment. The viral moment was when we went in there twerking.
Yep.
Co-signing the ignorance. And the kids under those parents are grooming their kids to do that same thing. Because if you do that type of stuff in public, in a store like in a domestic public store like that, what are you doing behind closed doors around your kids, around your daughters that's seeing that? And then where are the fathers at of those kids?
Well, I think that's what I agree with you on their reflections, because even with Cornell, I think and I get what he's saying, but I'm not going all into his story, but just saying being a father of daughters, because he mentioned on a previous podcast, just being a father on daughters, I would think even as the father, and let's just say them was your daughters in that store, I'll be ready to go put my foot in your ass.
Yeah, guaranteed.
Because I'm not going to allow, you're not going to be my daughter doing that not in no store acting like that. I want somebody to look at my daughter. You're going to respect my daughters. You're going to respect my kids. You're going to respect this and that. But why I say you're going to respect my kids better hold themselves at a higher value to be respected. You know what I mean? They say respect is earned, not given. So like with them women doing that shit, nobody deserves to respect them. It's a bad look. Either way it goes, it's a bad look. And it's a worse look because the age of it. Look how old they were doing that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know?
Let's go to the root of these actions. What I don't understand. There's other ways that we can handle situations such as this, especially as older women. We want people to respect us. What they just did, he was already disrespectful for saying when he wants a certain type in his clothing. Okay, so he was disrespectful in saying that. If we dislike that as women, I get that. But there's a way that we as women need to handle ourselves and be able to handle a situation when something is said that they don't like. Us twerking, that didn't solve anything. It just made me look like an ass, and it made me look like I'm immature and I'm taking something and I don't know how to deal with it.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
But then again, how were they raised? And if they're raised that way, now they're showing their children, oh, when there's something that we dislike, this is how we're going to handle the situation. I'm going to get all my homegirls who are cool with it, and we're going to go to a store and go twerking. Did that solve the problem? Does he like us any less or any more? No, it didn't solve anything. It just made us look like women, like ass. Like we don't know how to handle our situations in a respectful, mature manner. And then that's why we had young girls out here in the malls twerking half naked, showing their asses. Because why? Because we as parents, we're showing this is okay. This is the attention that we want. This is what we're showing our younger daughters.
Man,
A lot of that influence is coming from the music too.
Social media and
Come
social
on,
media.
come on.
Yeah.
On, Kayla. And you're a black woman. I can't believe you just wrote this.
Just being lead by the racist guy.
Get the.
Come on, Kayla. Hey, what?
Hey, there's no such thing as this shit, man. There's no such. That doesn't even make sense because I'm not even
You say
looking.
you can't make this up.
I'm reading Kayla's comment and I get what she's saying in the first half of her shit. But as far as a racist guy, that shit has nothing to do with maybe they're just having fun. If you're having fun, that's how you always have fun. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not you not if you classy one way or in one place or in one setting, you classy in every setting. I know people, and what's crazy is that Kayla, you classy. I can't see Kayla being classy online or in person and going to fucking Lululemon twerking. It's not gonna
Kayla
happen.
don't even know how to. Kayla don't even know how to twerk.
That well, I'm
He
not
don't.
saying he's a fool. Hey, he's a fool. But hey, look, look. Point being, man, if you classy, you classy. If you ashy, then you fucking ashy. You ain't gonna be ashy and classy. You can't have one ashy elbow and a smooth, classy elbow. It's not gonna happen. You can only be one way. That's not how that shit work. You know what I'm saying? I know it sounds good on paper, but it's not happening that way, man. Like that's just what the fuck it is. You know what I'm saying? And plus, look, I'm gonna be the one to say it. Y'all know Legend. I'm gonna be the one to say it like this: the women that was twerking in the video don't even look like they fit the motherfucking yoga clothes they was trying to cop and protest anyway. So I'm gonna say it like that. Why y'all up in there twerking? If it's a protest, how you protesting? You don't even fit the clothes you protesting. Stop playing. Stop playing. Stop playing.
They need to ask Coretta Scott King how does she protest?
I'm cool with a good debate. I'm cool with a good argument or with a spirit, a spirited disagreement. But if we're gonna keep it honest, let's keep it honest. They had no business. Now, if it was a bunch of yoga chicks up in there protesting or twerking, twerk all you want. You know what I'm saying? But you don't even like, come on, man. Like y'all up in there protesting, and what the fuck is your point? What's your point? Y'all don't even look like y'all hit the gym. So what are you really up in there trying to prove? When you really think about it, and I'm not trying to be mean, but when you really think about it, when you really dissect what I'm saying, bro, what was your real statement? What was your real statement?
That's the only statement you could get out of that footage.
What was the real statement being made? Because if a fat dude go up in there, right? If a fat man go up in a skinny man store with the tight jeans, like you don't need to be trying to figure out on them tight ass jeans with your fat ass what leg you gonna hang your nuts in. Is you like what's the fucking statement that you trying to make? What are you doing up in there? That's my point. You know what I'm saying? So you protesting for no reason. All that shit's for nothing. Y'all just doing it just to do it, which is the point that we trying to make. It's not that we getting off topic, but there's just so many angles for you to look at. Yo, this is what happened. And I get it. There's people, there's black people, black men, black women that just, we don't care what they think about us. And that's totally cool because I don't give a fuck about what white people think about me neither. But when you do shit like that, you are a reflection of black people, whether you choose to see it that way or not. Because there's white people that make statements like that are racist or not, that be like, yo, oh, it's usually them, the usual suspects. You know what I'm saying? Like, so when you do shit like that, you're not thinking like you represent all of us. Even though black people like us that's having this conversation, we're like, that's not a reflection of me. That's not how all black people are. We get it. They don't get it though. You see what I'm saying? Because the white people are still saying fucking black people. They're not looking like, well, there's cool black people and there's black people. And those are just like the regular black people that we typically think of when we think of a stereotypical black person. That's them. Nah, they don't give a fuck about that. They just see black people twerking, black women twerking, and they don't give a fuck whether they have class in certain settings, like Kayla said, in certain settings or not. So they all reflect on us as a whole. And that's just what it is. And like I said, it goes back to we don't hold each other accountable. We're not saying to each other, chill the fuck out. Tuck your ass away or lack thereof away. You know what I'm saying? You don't even fit no pants anyway. Stop fucking twerking, stop splitting or whatever the fuck it is. And that's what it is. We vouch for and co-sign and know what I'm saying? We co-sign a lot of fuckery that go on in our culture, and that's the problem.
Because there's no more strong role models. There's no more strong role models, especially from on the side of the women. Like what role models do women have nowadays? Really little to none.
The music, that's the role model for the women now. It's the music. You know, Cornell say he said the upbringing has been lost. The fathers aren't in the household. There's no grandmothers. That's respectful anymore in our community. That's because all the grandmothers in their 30s now. You feel me?
Hey,
Grandmas are hanging up nowadays.
Grandma in love with the daughter and the grandkids coming soon. That's why.
yo, can I
That's
just
why I made
put
the
out there?
comment. My grandmama, when I was a little kid, my grandma was in her 50s when I was young. So grandma went through her stages in life and grew up to be a woman, and now she's dead and retired, if not already retired. You know what I'm saying? Wearing grandmama clothes and in the house cooking. Come on in here, get something to eat, boy. Come on, sit down. That was my grandmama. The grandmama today is wearing Jordans and twerk dancing and getting low to the ground. Their knees are still good. My grandmama knees was already bad. When I was a kid, she ain't getting low to the ground. You know what I mean? That's the difference. That's the difference. So you got a kid raising your kids.
Mm.
Yo,
Ripple effect.
Let me just put this. I totally agree with you, but that's the generation that we come from. Because what the difference between the generation that we're in right now and the generation that we come from is that those that held the family together, especially from a moral standpoint, we buried them all. Them kind of grandmoms don't exist anymore.
No.
The type of grandmas that we have today is what I call hip hop grandmas. They be hanging out with the moms. They be the ones in the Lululemons or whatever the fuck twerking with them. You see what I'm saying? Like my grandmas grew up on certain type of music and grew up on certain type of morals and codes and stuff like that. And that shit don't exist in today's society, especially amongst our people. So that's just what the fuck it is. You're not gonna find that shit. It's hard to find old school morals and respect and shit like that. It don't exist no more. There's a lot of these comments is crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm gonna start putting them on there one by one.
Damn.
Cornell again. How many black men are in the household raising their daughters? Here go, Cali right here. Black men ain't even in the house with the children. Most of them. So that's a whole nother topic. But we can't shift it and respond back to these two last comments if y'all want to.
I'm with whatever y'all already know.
I'll speak up on that last one. It's because of the selfish women. You know what I'm saying? They think they're so independent and they don't need us, but they really do. You know what I'm saying? So they figure we don't need a man for this. We don't need a man for that. You know what I'm saying? But you really do. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of things that us men have implanted into you from us bringing up our fathers, our grandfathers, our uncles. They taught us morals. You know what I'm saying? So us being in the household back then versus today's upcoming on children is different, you know. And a lot of women that's dating younger guys, a lot of older guys dating younger women, you know, we're set in our ways, you know, so we're not going to accept that. You know what I'm saying? But these younger women that's coming into older men and women lives, they let their upbringings just adjust to what the media want them to be like. They have no structure because the mother and the girlfriend and the guy is out trying to pay the bills and make sure that they all right. But there's structure as far as their financial well-being, but you being there when she gets home from school, when she get ready to go out with her friends, you know what I'm saying? The friends that she might meet at different classes at school, you know, you need to be there and listen to her, how she feel about them, and how he feel about them, where you can tell them how to deal with it when they go back to that situation, you know. But back to the topic is, you know, it's hard. It's hard, you know, to accept what's going on with the world and how we're letting our young queens go out there and present their moms, their aunts, their cousins. You know, when I was growing up, you know, my aunt, my cousins, they all conducted themselves in a mannerable way. If the guys were outside playing, the girls really didn't play over there. And they didn't go to the store. They didn't come out of their rooms half naked, posting on Facebook and all this, or out the window, sneaking out the house. They didn't do those things. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have a granddaughter in my life that I had the opportunity of bringing up. I was basically dealing with my son, you know, but I taught him morals, you know, and respect on women, you know what I'm saying? And I'm very proud of him. And, you know, me coming from my childhood, and I look at the people and the kids now, it's just ridiculous, man. You can go on and on. They just don't get it. They just don't get it. They just go to the store, walk to the store, to the mailbox, looking like I don't know what. When they go to school on a Friday, they look like they going to Mariposa.
Yeah, but see,
you know, they look wrong.
To go in what Callie's saying, and she's talking about. So you're saying if dads was in the house, the girls wouldn't act like that or whatnot, but the dads aren't there. I agree that dads, you know, the fathers need to be representative in the household, but we can't say I'm an independent woman and I'm a good mama when the kid turn out right. But then when the kid turn out bad, then it's the first thing you do is point the finger at the father. He present. Yeah. You see, if the father wasn't there, that means you raised that kid. You did it. Yeah. So your son grew up, he in and out of jail. You raised him. Women say, oh, that man ain't shit. He this and that. Well, you raised that boy to be an ain't shit man. Yeah. Your girl twerk dancing and all that. Well, you was the mom. You raised her. Nobody else did it because remember, the dad wasn't there. Remember? Mm-hmm. So you can't play it both ways. When the kid becomes successful, I was a single mom, strong, independent. I did a good job raising that kid. You got to take the good with the bad and blame yourself too when that kid turned out fucked up too. You know what I mean? And don't try to point the finger at the dad. Not only that, we can't always either too say the dads ain't present, the black men ain't here, and black men are here. Because I know a shitload of black men that try to be parts of their kids' life. And you want to play games with the dads and don't have them in their lives. Why the man got to be all up in court, losing jobs because he can't keep going to court playing with you every month. You know what I mean? You talk bad about the father raising your daughter, your son. Now the kid don't want to have nothing to do with the dad. That's you doing that. You know what I mean? I even know fathers, which I always thought was so messed up. I knew the guys that wanted to be in their kids' life and had to go through the most shit to even see their kids or be in their life. But the friends I had that wasn't shit, didn't need no job, no car, no responsibility, no nothing, who could care less about being in the kids' life. Y'all let them niggas come see the kids anytime they want. It was all good. But the fathers that tried to be there, it had to be an obstacle course for him to even be a part of the kid's life. You know, so don't always blame the man for not being there. Sometimes a man just get tired of the bullshit and say, fuck you then. I don't want to be there now if I got to keep going through this. You know?
And there's no bond between the father and the daughter because the mother has
you keep the bond between the father and the kid now.
Yeah.
You killed that bond. But see, again, overshadowing, not to go on the twerking thing, when are you going to look in the mirror and take responsibility too, though, for your action? It's so quick to always talk about the man. What about you? Did you encourage dropping that kid off to get to know that dad? Did you mediate that when the kid grow up to a certain age, like, I want nothing to do with him and this and that? Did you become a responsible mom and be like, you know what? That at the end of the day, you got one father in this world, and that man not going to be here forever. Y'all need to sit down. And did you become a mom like that? Or did you go with the kid too, man? Fuck your daddy. You don't need him. Look at your mom, I'm a strong, independent woman. And then you got a daughter, you raising your daughter to be the same thing you are. You showing your daughter that's okay. And then she grew up, God forbid she have a kid and follow your footsteps, do the same goddamn thing. And the cycle just keep on repeating itself.
Yeah.
You know, but we got to stop that. That's the first correction that we need to fix, man. We got to cut it out. We can't always talk about a man leaving. I don't know. I know some ain't shit, man. I don't know too many men just having kids say, fuck that kid. I don't want nothing to do with the kid and just bounce out on him. You know, there's sometimes I know women that won't even let you see the kid just because it always come back to money. Maybe this nigga don't got it like that. Not everybody's rich. Not everybody got a good job. Everybody's blessed in different ways in life. Maybe he just a nigga that just ain't blessed in that kind of way financially. But because he can't get your kid the best thing. He can't take your kid here and there, buy this and that. That's not a reason for you to keep your kid away from that man. Oh, he ain't paying child support. The nigga probably, and again, still go back to you because you laid on your back and let him get you pregnant. You chose that man. I'm sure he didn't wake up in the morning and became the man he is today. I'm pretty sure he probably was that when you laid on your back. So when are you going to take responsibility?
That is true.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So true.
You got some women laying on their
Sure.
back to get on their feet, but we ain't judging you. So that's it, man. That's my opinion on it. Shit.
Hey, I totally agree with what you're saying. I'm reading these motherfucking comments, son. Yo, Callie, you bugging the fuck out. You bugging out, Callie. Yo. So I'm gonna just touch on this one really quick, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let the women mind their business and twerk. It's not affecting.
There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with twerking and minding our business, but then you make it our business when you decide to put it on social media and do it in front of everybody because you're protesting. So now you made it become our business because you decided to twerk and represent women to retaliate on what this man said. Now, I don't have a problem with twerking. Shit, I could twerk. But am I going to go out and twerk in public? No, there's a time and a place for that. Yeah, if Juvenile comes on, I'm twerking. But again, am I going to go into a place of business and twerk? No, there's a time and a place for that. You want to twerk? Take your ass to the club. Y'all want to twerk with your girls? Go home, have some drinks, twerk there. Let's try to get people to respect us. You're not going to respect me while I'm twerking. You might not respect me when I'm speaking properly either. And that's cool. That's cool because I don't give a fuck. But what I am going to do is make sure I represent myself in a classy manner. Yes, this man did say some racist shit, but am I going to retaliate by being a dumbass? Am I going to retaliate and give him a reason why he's going to talk shit about me? No, fuck him. I just ain't going to spend money at him. Fuck him. I can go spend money somewhere else. There's nothing wrong with twerking. It's how you handle a situation. If you want to protest, cool, protest. But you twerking and popping your coochie on their floor, what did that do? Like, what? I mean, and if you want us to mind our own business, that's cool too, because I could mind my own business, but you made it our business when you decided to go into that man's store and act a goddamn fool. And then you thought it was cool when you're going to put it on social media like you in fucking high school and you're videotaping some shit in high school. We grown. We grown ass women.
I'm glad you said that because it was them who was recording each other. It was them who put it on social media.
Yeah, exactly.
So they can't mind the business.
They put everybody's business.
You made it everybody's business then. They did that. That video came off their page.
I agree with Callie. They're not representing anyone but themselves. Unfortunately, it's gonna be turned back and be like, this is why he's saying he didn't want to sell to whoever he's talking about. Everybody knows. But
that's just like Tommy Hilfiger when they had the issue with him making the racist statements. You know what I'm saying? You didn't see people going out there doing that type of, verbal scenery stuff, shaking and twerking and all that. They just boycotted it. You know what I'm saying? But for them to go out there to do that and represent it like that, I don't agree with that at all, man. I really don't. That was very immature. Very immature. And Cornell, you talking about, they was trying to make a statement. What statement was they making? Oh, I'm just as ignorant as everybody else. I don't get that. Because they could have, if they were going to represent how comfortable and how relaxing the clothes is, and they supported it because they spent their money and it's a high price item that they purchased to do what they did, But they could have went about it a whole different way. You know, they could have been out there like, hey, these fit real good. You know, you can stretch, you can do this, but all that, come on, man. That's not what he's talking about. I bet you if it was a black person who owned that industry and put that design out, I don't think they would have went up.
Obama phone.
Nigga went out.
Hey,
Hey,
so,
look, hey, y'all hear me real quick?
Yep.
Let me just say this shit real quick. So Cornell said they don't represent the majority of black women, right? And then Pacific Cali, where the fuck she put? She said, what the fuck? Where is it at? She said they're not represent anyone but themselves. Again, y'all motherfuckers is misunderstanding the point. Them people, when they looking at them people, when they looking at them motherfuckers twerking, you can't say that they represent themselves. They don't look at just them. They look at us as a whole. They look at, there go black people again. You see what I'm saying? So you can't sit up here and be like, let them do them. That's the whole point of our argument when we say like, your mentality is like, I don't care what anybody thinks of me, but it's not about what people think of you. You're adding to the stereotype of what they think about us as a black hole, as a whole, as a black hole. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it's like that's our point that we're trying to make is like we can't never change. Y'all are the epitome. Y'all are the point that I'm trying to make when I say we're not holding each other accountable. If for you to sit up there and say, what the fuck, they don't worry about them, they don't affect what you're doing. Yo, are you the ones, or would you seem like the type of person to take your ass up in wherever the fuck, up in the Gap or wherever and start twerking because you got a fucking raise and whatever it is that you got an extra couple of coins in your purse and you went shopping and you started twerking. You got to hold each other.
What heightened that situation was the platform that they were on.
Like motherfuckers is like, yo, they don't represent the majority of black women. We know that. We don't need to fucking be told that, Captain Obvious. We know that
on that platform they did. On that platform they did. Lululemon is one of the hottest topics, clothing line right now. And that's the highest platform. So when you pick the highest platform to display that, had you did that in Walmart or Dollar General of some sort, it wouldn't have had that much of a ripple effect. But you went to that's like going to the Grammys, doing something ignorant at the Grammys.
Yeah.
And not doing it, or the Oscars and not doing it at BET Awards. It's expected for that to be done at BET. It's not expected for that to be done at the Oscars. So it does bleed over and ripple effect to the culture because the platform that Lululemon is on.
Right. Yo, that's like the dopest analogy. Like, but they're not gonna get it because and I totally get it, bro. Like,
I just feel like the comments is proving how bad situations is internally amongst us black people. It's telling the truth on us of how difficult it is to get things back aligned. Internally.
And that's why I guess that's why when I say there's not enough black people to care for us to actually change as a culture, this is the kind of shit that I be talking about. Because you always gonna have people that's just, they're not gonna get it. And it seems like the people, no matter how we put it, no matter what language we speak it in or what angle we come from, everybody's not gonna get it. And when people don't get it, they're not on board. You know what I'm saying? So when you got people like when we sit up and have a podcast about, yo, we need to change this shit. Like, y'all gotta start twerking over every little bit of thing. And you got people in the comments like, well, that shit ain't affecting you. Let them do them. That's you proving my fucking point. You proving my point exactly. That's why when I say that there's not enough people that care, Pacific Cali, you're one of those people that don't care. You don't care how the world views you. You don't care you don't care about staying behind. We can never get forward. That's why we so far fucking behind because who cares? And you know what I'm saying? Like, that's your mentality. I don't care what people think, but there's certain times in your life where you gotta just be like, yo, this matters just right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I know you don't care, Cali. Shout out to Pacific Cali, man. I know you don't care, but you don't get it either. That's what's most important. That's what's most important. You ain't gotta care, but you stay where you is, and you gonna stay stifled. You stifling yourself. You're not stifling me. But people like you stifle our culture, and I'm gonna be the one to say it, whether you care or not. I don't give a fuck who cares, him or her.
True change can never come individually. It has to come collective. Anybody who's trying to do it by themselves, it won't work, man.
Yo, hold up. Men should focus on men's stereotypes of black men. Stop worrying about black women.
This about men and women now. The goalpost just got shifted. You can never speak about black women, man. Let me tell you that. Don't you ever do it. I'm not even
gonna address that.
You can't speak about black women. But we can make songs about scrub niggas. We can talk about black men all day. Deadbeat, you ain't in the house. That's acceptable. You can ever in your life talk about black women. Hell no, you cross the line when you do that. Don't you ever try to correct us.
I'm not taking that bait. She's baiting. I'm not falling for that shit. Good try. Thanks for playing. Thanks for playing. You ain't gonna get me with that shit. I ain't taking the bait though. Fuck that. We ain't even gonna talk about that. That's a topic for a different podcast. We could talk about that shit, but nah, man, you ain't gonna bait us into that shit. Fuck that. You ain't baiting us into that shit, Pacific Cali.
You ain't fall for it. She laughing now.
Nice try though, baby. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy though, man. But I just want to say this. Hey, look, real quick. To my man Cornell. Hey, yo, fam, look. He made the comment about who gives a fuck about their body type and all that shit. I wasn't trying to like body shame anybody. It's not about body shaming or anything like that. But my point was, what is the if you run up in a toy store or you run up in whatever kind of store or establishment it is, and that shit doesn't pertain to you, why do you give a fuck? Why are you there? If you don't play video games, why are you protesting niggas that still play video games? This shit has no effect on you. Again, you don't go to the gym. So when I say shit like that, when I say like, yo, the women that are up in that store probably won't even fit up in them little tiny ass fucking pants that they don't fit in. And we all know, bro. And we're not gonna go there. But when you go up in the store and you protesting certain shit and you don't even fit up in the clothes that you protesting, why do you care? Again,
well, why are you there?
Why are you there? If you don't play,
why the fuck would I go up in a tanning salon?
Bro, like if you don't play role-playing games, why are you protesting role-playing games? Nigga, stick to Call of Duty. If you then you have an argument. You know what I'm saying? It's not that I'm body shaming. It's not about that. You know what I'm saying? Because all right, that's a topic for a different discussion. But again, before I digress, because I already have, I just wanted to make that disclaimer. It's not about body shaming. I don't give a fuck about your body type. I'm not body shaming nobody. But I will say this. Cornell, my nigga, OG, big bro. If it's okay for a woman to body shame me, my skinny ass, because I'm the skinny dude, right? If it's okay for me to get body shamed because I'm skinny by these fat bitches, then it's okay for me to body shame these fat bitches because I'm fucking skinny. Let's keep it 100. We talking about equal rights, right? That's what we doing. That's what we talking about these days, right? So if it's okay for women to body shame me and talk about how skinny I am, it's okay for me to talk about, yo, you don't belong up in that store, twerking and splitting and doing all kind of wild shit because you don't fit the fucking clothes that you're protesting. So let's keep it all the way 100.
You got a point on that.
I know I got a point on that.
And
you can understand that.
You can't body shame them, but they can body shame you all day.
Facts. These niggas,
you know, and that's true.
Women will body shame a man real quick, but time you bust out a scale, time you say, yo, get your ass on that scale.
Let me tell you something.
It's a problem.
When you single and you out here dating, the first two questions is, what do you do for a living and how tall are you? The first two questions out of the woman's mouth. And my response will be, where do you work and how much do you weigh? Since you so concerned about how tall a nigga is, tell me how much you weigh. Let's get that out the way first. Then.
They don't like that. They don't like that. But again,
really say?
That's the first two questions to a man. What do you do for a living?
That's not my first two
questions. And how tall are you?
Hey, but look, real quick, before I'm done with the floor. I was not trying to body shame. My comment, what I said was not about body shaming. So don't make a comment about size. It wasn't about that shit, man. Like, that's not what the point. You missed the point. It wasn't about that. But since you brought it up,
Cornell,
if I can be body shame, I can body shame back. That's just what it is. Yeah, that's just what it is, man. Like, come on, man. Fuck out of here. If niggas could talk about light-skinned niggas, I could talk about dark-skinned niggas. Fuck you talking about?
Yeah, they do say that, light-skinned energy. They do say that.
No, I don't know what that is, but you know what I'm saying? But real shit, like, come on, man. Like,
so were they in there?
Like, come on, man.
Did they enter that store to make a statement, or did they enter that store to cater to it and buy something?
I thought they was.
I don't even know. They cut it off. They didn't show if they bought some or not.
Because that's the most ignorant way to make a statement.
They had a bunch of clothes in their hands. I assumed that they was buying something. I don't think that they was protesting. It didn't seem aggressive enough to be a protest.
That's one hell of an ignorant way to protest.
But you can't tell just by watching the video. I get that. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't aggressive enough to seem like a protest. It wasn't. That would have been like the nicest protest. Like, you're just gonna go up in the store and start.
It's just as ignorant as looting.
Right.
It's ignorant as looting. That's our response. Like, that's looting. It could be equivalent to that if that's our response. You can't go loot in a way of protesting. So now you know the LA riots, and now they break it up into a bunch of businesses and things like that. How is that a proper protest? Hey, you don't match ignorance with ignorance. So if they went up in there as a protest, why would they establish it in a way at that level of vocabulary and ignorance? You don't match that. I've never seen a protest become achievable that way. Just like I've never seen looting become achievable.
Hey, since it was only a couple seconds for those that didn't see the video, because we did play at the very beginning, I'm gonna re-show it for a couple seconds, and I just want this to be seen because I think Callie made a comment about men or something and women, whatever. I think she might have missed the video because it was a woman who brought this to the light, and it was a black woman at that brought this to the light.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Oh, Lord, please don't do this to us.
This is very much real.
Hey, Cornell, this okay right here, Cornell. Look, rub it. That's okay, Cornell.
Yeah.
Imagine that was you shopping in the store with your daughter, the 8-year-old, 10-year-old, 15-year-old, and that's what happens.
There you go, man.
Hey, who's TikTok? Yo, who TikTok?
TikTok. They put it on there.
Who's TikTok?
It was the girl twerk dancing TikTok. Oh, you said who is TikTok?
Yeah, in the comments. Who the fuck is TikTok? In the comments.
That's just an anonymous person.
Get off the chat.
You know what they doing?
We got trolls up in here.
Yeah, that's what he doing.
That's regular. That's regular.
It's the new civil rights movement. Talk about twerking.
Why is it that every time we're out of pocket as Black people, we always say, well, it's not affecting us. Mind our business.
Yeah.
That's why we can't make it to new levels. Because going back to what y'all said earlier, I think Cornell made the comment about grandmothers and stuff like that in the household. Also, with that being said, when we were younger too, remember the neighbors were also able to correct your kids back in the day.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But see,
The
now
school
since we
teacher.
minding our business now, today, that's why people running around crazy. Because your mom and your grandmama and your daddy can't see everything. We might be there and see it. But we got to mind our business, so we can't say nothing and correct it. So we got to let the foolishness go on. You know what I mean? We got
That's
homeboys
crazy.
that probably go to jail, and they be like, damn, man, why nobody told them not to do that or don't go? Why nobody?
Yeah.
Well, my business.
Yeah.
I'm minding my
Yeah,
business.
yeah.
I let them
And
go crash.
most of the comments tonight seem like it's centered around telling us to mind our business.
It's
And
crazy.
this is the culture. This is us that we're talking about.
And we sponsor this shit. Not we, but for most part, it seems like our culture sponsors our fuckery the same way fucked up white culture sponsors their own fuckery. The same way like racist white people support other racist white people. They sponsor that shit. So as our culture goes, we sponsor our own shit too. We're no different than any other race when it comes to culture. You know what I'm saying? And that's, again, if we speaking on problems within our own culture, then that's what the fuck it is, whether we want to hear about it or not. I don't know if y'all seen my Facebook post earlier, but I posted the shit, but my caption read, when I say the shit, niggas get mad. It's the truth. It's like, why the fuck do y'all get mad when I post the truth? It's the truth. I'm not speaking on it if it ain't a fucking lie. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's, do ask them. I don't know if you get it, and not to get off topic, but when you get off, but it all ties in, right? You get $1 million. What's the first 3 things you're gonna do? And the answer that dude gave, I'm not gonna give the answers because that has nothing to do. So I'm trying to stay on topic as much as possible. But what his answer was something so typical, nigga. You see what I'm saying? I'm like, that y'all co-signing shit. I'm the first thing I'm gonna do is go into the chats. Let me see what they saying. That's how I think. Let me go into the chats. And the chats is co-signing that shit. So again, we co-sign each other's bullshit, and that's why we want the.
Well, in the
stay
culture, we just celebrate. We celebrate bad behavior, man. In our culture, we uplift everything that's bad and negative.
There.
You know what I mean? They say how niggas respect the shooter and shit. I don't want the shooter around me. Get him off my street. Get him out my neighborhood.
That
you know
part.
what I mean? Y'all, you respect all that. And she say something about, does it affect any of y'all when they say that black men are lazy and can't keep a job? They don't say that about black men. They say that about black people. You know what I mean? Just like the black women on EBT, Section 8, and all the other shit. That's not a black man thing. Because we don't qualify for none of that. You qualify for it. You know what I mean? Unless we got the kid.
Yeah.
So that's not a black man issue. That they say that about black people.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying earlier. Like when you twerking, you don't. They saying black people. When y'all niggas is fighting over McChicken sandwiches at Popeyes or whatever the fuck them McChicken and Popeyes, whatever. But you get what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Like when we do ignorant shit that when you see only black people indulging in, when they're saying black people, they're not just talking about a specific group. It's like you said, Fred. They view us as a whole. Whether we say light-skinned niggas, dark-skinned niggas, some black people, not all black people. When it comes to those people, like at the Lululemon or whatever the fuck, they don't care about none of that shit. They don't care whether one light-skinned, she's chilling. or he's chilling. No, they ain't thinking about none of that. They just like black people. Just
it is all black because they're not giving you the opportunity to even get to know you. They don't got time for that, to know who you are and what kind of black person you might be. You in one box.
Don't care
When they
about
say,
that.
I don't want black people here, I don't want black people here. Not, I don't want black people here with an asterisk. Well, you know, if the nigga got a job, he can come here. It's black in general. So
Well, it's the same scenario for a white guy walking Best Buy with a hoodie. Let a black guy walk in Best Buy with a hoodie.
You know,
that's true. That's
he
real
gonna get different customer service. That black guy gonna get a different customer service every time more than that white guy. That white guy gonna pretty much be left alone walking around that store with his hoodie on.
Yeah, that's facts. That's true.
That black guy. So it is about us.
But they don't see that. Pacific Cali, the type of person that'll jump in the comments and be like, well,
hey,
that black dude with the hoodie.
Can you answer this for? Because I'm ready to answer it.
Go ahead, fam. Go ahead. Do your thing.
Yeah. He said, why do we think black people are the only ethnicity that gets categorized by a group of bad apples? It's because the video we just saw. That shit like that. This is why we're speaking on what we're speaking on and saying stop the shit so we can stop getting categorized as people like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, but everybody want to mind their business and we don't want to correct the shit. We just let the foolishness go on. You give them a reason to categorize us. That's the point. I don't want to have a daughter and have, say, my daughter or my whoever female it is be categorized based on what these bras just did all in the store. Because every black woman don't act like that. But do you think these people are gonna give you time to figure out that all black women don't act like that? They just gonna point and say, yep, that's what black people do.
Yeah.
It's no different than the news when they say, hey, black man, black suspect went and robbed and did this or shot that. You think they're trying to figure out the differences between the black people? They're gonna say black people are committing all the crimes. Black people are killing black people. No, not some, just some black people, right? They don't talk about it like that. They say black people kill black people. You know
Trayvon Brown is an example. Trayvon Brown's an example of that. He lived in that area.
But we got to stop it. And the thing is, like for instance, I talked to Paul about it earlier. Paul made a point. He was saying, like, you know how you got some men that go to prison and all that, then they come out and they try to create this whole outreach programs and talk to the youth about gangs, and because they're trying to change their ways and they're trying to correct these kids at a young age, right? So I have seen men do that. Where are the women that tell these young girls, that's not how you carry yourself as a lady? Stop that. It's not a good look for us. Don't do that. Carry yourself like this. Where do you see that?
You don't. Like I said earlier.
Nowhere.
None.
Where's your outreach to teach little girls how to be women and be respected? They're getting raised by the songs that they're hearing on the radio and on TV. I don't know.
Hey, but look, why do you think you have black people that are only the ethnicity that get categorized by, like, it's just like it's like I said, right? With me going on cruises and shit, right? When I see, like, I just watched a video of a day, right? And it was a black dude on an elevator with his girl, black also, and it was a group of black teens, right? Niggas was jumping up and down on the elevator on the cruise ship. So the dude was like, yo, like, chill the fuck out, like, y'all niggas is bugging. So they kept doing the shit. So he like, yo, chill the fuck out. Like, y'all niggas, like, y'all endangering all of us. Like, y'all bugging, like, chill out. So when the nigga got to his floor, dude that was with his girl, they got to their floor. Dude tried to get off the elevator. Now, instead of, and again, that's what I mean. Like, it's like you said, it's like we've been saying, we just co-sign fuckery. You know what I'm saying? We just co-sign a lot of fuckery. It shit don't matter to a lot of people. The whole mind your business or it doesn't affect you shit. What they did was when dudes try to get off the elevators with a shorty, them little teen niggas, them little YNs as they call them now, they stomped the nigga out till he was unconscious. And in the comment section, I'm like, let me see what these niggas are saying in the comment sections. Everybody was like, well, he should have minded his business. I'm like, but y'all co-signing the fuckery. Like, what are you doing? And then you could tell who's who in the comment section, because you have black people in the comment section and you have white people in the comment section. And the white people in the comment section was like usual suspects and that kind of comments. So you could tell who's who in the comment section and shit. But it's like you said, and we've been saying all night, man, it's like you have to stop co-signing the fuckery. And when white people make comments like that, like it's the usual suspects, it's the same group or whatever the fuck it is. Because when I see these types of videos all the time, my nigga, me being black, I'm like, I bet they black. There's videos where I'm like, I bet they white and they from Florida. I guess. You know what I'm saying? They white and they from Florida. But there's certain shit like you see it and you're like, damn, man, like y'all, that's why white people in the comments saying the shit that they saying. Don't get mad at them for saying what they saying, bro, because I'm saying the same shit that they saying. But y'all co-signing the shit. We should be minding our business because it doesn't affect us. No, it does affect us as a whole, as a community, as a culture. Everything that we do, y'all are just adding on to the stereotype about black people, whether it's about chicks twerking in the store, about how we act on cruise ships, about how we act in Walmart or Target or wherever the fuck we at. We just got to act a certain type of way wherever the fuck we at. And it's not that I digress, but niggas is like, yo, how come this is how come? Because we just always co-signing and sponsoring the fuckery. And that's what it is. So when you say like it's just a small demographic, it's not we know it's not everybody. We're not talking about that.
Hey, you read the comment?
Everybody. We know it's not everybody because the niggas that's on this panel that shit don't apply to us. You know what I'm saying? Like we live in proof of that shit. You know what I'm saying? But the truth, the fact of the matter is this, bro. We have issues within our community, Cornell's and Callie's and whoever the fuck else it is. And certain people's moms that got at me in the past and all that shit. The fact is this, bro. We have problems in our community. Whether y'all want to hear the shit or not, we do. It's okay to hear the truth sometimes. I'm here to tell y'all the motherfucking truth. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have problems and we need to address the shit. Don't get mad because what they do is, you white. Why you speaking on black issues? Yo, this white person is saying the same shit that a decent black person would say. Just because he or she is white doesn't mean that they're not qualified to speak on black shit. You see what I'm saying? Because it's the truth. If and I know niggas gonna be in the comments any second, bro. Any second, I promise you they're gonna be in the comments. Hella mad. If a white person could say, yo, black on black crime is a thing. Matter of fact, if black people could say black on black crime is a thing, how come white people can't say it? Because it's the truth. If it's true, it's true. I don't give a fuck if they speaking on it or not. Why y'all, you know what I'm saying? But the point I'm trying to make, you know what I'm saying, is that we just hate hearing the truth about ourselves, man. You know what I'm saying? We just hate hearing the truth about ourselves and about our culture. And is a certain level of denial as a whole that we just choose to ignore. And like, we need to pay more attention. Like, this is what's really going on in our community. It's
worse than denial. It's justification. It's an evil justification for it. It makes no sense. And we have to understand we're going to always have that targeted negativity on our back. Always. Every day we wake up, we're going to always have that negativity over our heads. Wherever we go, we're in the gas station, if we're at the car wash, we're going to always be looked at as that. When the cops pull up behind us, we're going to always be looked at as that. So until we change that, and I don't think that'll ever end. I don't think we'll never be able to exhale and say, cool, we finally made it. We're here. We changed that. Because our color will never change. Yeah. So that negativity will never change.
We got Christy, man. She's about to sign out really quick. Christy, I want to thank you for coming on tonight. I'm sorry that the topic got shifted to a black topic. I know we was talking about twerk dancing in the store, and it kind of X'd you out, so you can't add your comment no more. But I appreciate the comments you did at the beginning when we were on the topic, though, of twerk dancing in public. So
Right.
next
All
time,
right.
Hey,
I'll invite you
so
back on. We
what's
have
the
another
final thoughts?
topic.
Hey, can we
more
get some
input.
final thoughts though?
Yeah, final
Can you
thoughts
go-
before you go real quick.
Before you leave, what's the final thoughts on the topic that we started on though? Like,
Women need to do better. Women need to do better. We need to act right. You know, we want people's respect. It's okay to be independent. It's okay to protest, but we need to make sure that we understand our daughters are watching, and we need to be a better role model for our daughters, at least for the next generation. And we need to know that we can't just listen to all this music and think that we're all going to have Megan knees and walk around here and twerk around like Megan. Megan's an entertainer. Cardi B is an entertainer. They do what they do because they're entertaining. They're not at Lululemon protesting, trying to twerk. We're not them. And we just need to do better as women.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Appreciate you.
All
We'll
right.
see you next
It was
time.
nice
Slay.
meeting you
Thank you for
guys.
coming on.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
thank you very much.
So, Larry, we got another one for Cornell. I guess we spreading the negativity. I know we ain't the one twerking.
Okay. Damn. So be part of the solution instead of spreading the
I think we're
negativity.
trying to be the solution right now. Telling y'all to cut the shit out and stop it.
Exactly. Cut the shit out. Like, how else are we supposed to be part of the solution when y'all niggas don't, when y'all go against us having these kind of conversations? You see what I'm saying? We having these conversations. It's like you said, Fred, chill the fuck out. Like, stop, twerk a little bit less. We're not saying cut all the twerking out, but learn how to carry yourself out in public and other shit like that. Like, you don't, if you're gonna protest, there's different ways to protest. You don't have to make us all look a certain type of way, or like there's no one person for him to ask us as if we have the answer, as if there's only any one person, one black person that has the solution. It's foolish. The solution is we all got to make a difference, like as a community, as a village. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how we find a solution.
But what I found out tonight is we don't want to be dealt with and accountable for our actions.
Mm-hmm.
Almost on any level, we don't want to be dealt with and accountable for our actions. And until we can get past that, I don't see nothing moving forward. And when you get to that point to where you don't want to be accountable, then that's something internal.
Yo, you know what? I seen this video, right? They're talking to Japanese women. They're talking to Japanese people, period, not just women. And they said, why you don't fuck with Black Americans? And they said Black Americans. They didn't say African Americans or Black people. They said Black Americans because this survey was done in the footage, it was in Japan. And they were saying, and most it was mostly women, but everybody pretty much was saying the same shit. It was like, because we see the way Black people act, we don't want to be with people that act that way. And the Black people in the comment sections, because you got to go right to the comment section, like, what the fuck are they saying? You know what I'm saying? And the Black people in the comments was like, that's the way white people putting us out there. It's like, if you wasn't acting that way, if you wasn't giving them footage to post, then that shit would have never been posted. If y'all stop acting, if some of our the people in our community stop acting a certain type of way, like Japanese women, since we talking about the shit that I'm talking about, Japanese women wouldn't see Black women twerking like that if Black women wasn't twerking like that. If y'all wasn't twerking over every fucking thing, then Japanese women would have no reason to say, Black women, they twerk over everything. They wouldn't say that shit if we didn't give them a reason to. So, and no matter what it is, you can't get mad if shit is the truth. It's not talking shit. I always say that. It's not talking shit if it's the truth. That's just telling the truth. If niggas say that nigga L always lying, and I am always lying, guess what? I can't get mad, because guess what? I'm always fucking lying. You see what I'm saying? It's not talking shit. It's the truth. There's a difference between what's true and fiction. You see what I'm saying? So when things are true about you and your culture, you have to look at, you have to take a this is not talking to y'all. I'm just talking to people and mostly in the comments. If shit is true, then it is what it is. Don't get mad at the messenger. You know what I'm saying? Don't shoot the messenger. Get mad at the message. If what we talk about on these podcasts or what we post on our Facebook pages, if the shit applies to you, then don't get mad at the post. Change your shady fucking ways. Change your
Just
ways.
open dialogue.
You wouldn't
It's just
feel
an
like
open
this shit
conversation.
that happens in the podcast and on these posts apply to you if you change your motherfucking ways. So that's what it really boils down to. You see what I'm saying? But again, I know this shit gonna fly over mad people fucking head. Maybe they'll get it tomorrow, the next week, or whatever, or sometime during the next podcast, whatever. And that's cool. You know what I'm saying? But that's what it all comes down to, man. You know what I'm saying? Like that's but people don't, it's harder to see yourself from the inside than it is from the outside. And most people don't have the capacity to step outside of themselves to be like, damn, look at me from the outside. Like people don't do that shit. You see what I'm saying? Like it's impossible to look at yourself from the inside. And most people don't want to hear the truth about themselves.
Callie got something on the screen for you, Larry.
Callie, what's up? What? Oh my God. Nope. Hey, that's true. But we ain't doing that shit. That's the topic for a different podcast. I'm not taking the bait. Callie, stop playing. Stop trying to bait niggas into that shit, man. Like, we not taking the bait tonight. Like, we not doing that. We already know that. Japanese, them too. Do you know any Japanese people? Have you ever spoken to a Japanese person in your fucking life? I have, but stop playing. Have you ever seen a Japanese person in real fucking life? I'm not talking about you seeing somebody with the eyes and you just automatically assume they was either Chinese. No. Callie, stop playing.
You see what twerking?
Yeah.
Have you seen what twerking in Lululemon?
Hey.
Have you seen one twerking, period? Just period.
Hey.
Just tell me where you see the Japanese lady twerk, period.
Any store. At the
Any
Samsung
store, any parking lot.
At the Toyota dealership, at the Honda dealership, anything Japanese, whatever. When have you seen them twerking? Anywhere.
Outside of a Honda Accord, please tell me where.
Well, if I was the owner and maker of Lululemon, I would definitely be laughing all the way to the bank because that ignorant protest just put more money in his pocket.
Yeah, it did. And you did. And they probably still bought it.
Definitely free promo.
They was on the racks. They probably still bought the clothes while you went in there protesting twerking. I guarantee they walked out and bought the clothes still that they was looking at. You can't. Hey, it probably did the reverse psychology on him. I don't want y'all wearing my clothes. Shit, I'm gonna show him. I'm gonna go buy it anyway. Thank you.
That's what I was about to say.
You fell for the bait.
I was thinking to say that. I'm about to go make me a clothing line and tell niggas I don't want to wear them.
That's it. Because you can't tell me nothing. I do what I want. I'm going to go buy it anyways. Watch this.
Man. Hey, Kayla, let me say something, Kayla. Cultural appropriation, right? I don't want to hear no black woman screaming cultural appropriation until you screaming, why you call yourself Black China? Why you call yourself Tokyo Tony? You know what I'm saying? Why is Nicki Minaj wearing whatever them shits is that them Asian women's be wearing a little robe things? Don't call out cultural appropriation.
And the makeup like Asian women.
When y'all wearing wigs, weaves, and all that shit with the straight hair that's not naturally black, don't call out cultural appropriation. And I'm not saying that shit like to call out people, but don't call cultural appropriation when we doing the same shit everybody else doing. I don't want to hear that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to hear that shit, Kayla. Next topic. Next comment. We do the same shit. I be watching all the 80s and 90s kung fu flicks and all that shit like that. When I was a little kid, I used to practice the kung fu and Chinese and all that shit like that. I used to see the Wu brothers and all them niggas do. Cultural appropriation is only since things became PC the fuck up, when things became like politically correct. But we've been on a culture. You know what I'm saying? We've been in a culture, and they've been in our culture. Why the fuck is it a such thing as cultural appropriation now? Fuck out of here with that shit. I ain't trying to that shit, man.
Oh, shit.
That's how you gonna solve it. Oh my God. I'm not answering no more questions. Fuck that.
That's it.
Because it's like, tell us how you gonna solve it. There's how we gonna solve it. I can't solve it. We have to solve it as a community, as a culture, man. Like, let's ask each other how we gonna solve it. That's just real talk.
That's it. One person can't solve nothing.
Like one person can't solve it all, especially like I said, when you got so many people that don't care to make that difference, the difference will never be made. It's never gonna be made. We'll never progress when we got so many people with a regressive state of mind. It's not gonna happen. Don't ask me shit. Ask yourself, or ask the motherfucking like-minded people like you. How the fuck we gonna change? How are we gonna change it?
They have the leave me alone attitude.
Why you laughing, son? That's the only way I know, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the fuck, like, only way I know how to put it. And I'm not even trying to be mean, man. But shit, you really gotta ask the whole culture, man. Like you said, one person can't change it, man.
Hey, Callie, I know Callie for sure. She like to do the men versus women stuff. I'll be watching her Facebook posts, and she like men against women. So I'll tell you what, Callie, we'll do a show coming up. We'll go in on the men too. We'll talk about gang banging, niggas at old age still gang banging. We'll talk about whatever you want to talk about, Callie. You know what I'm saying? And we'll actually have you on the show so you can talk about it. You know what this nigga doing? So Kelly, we gonna have a show on that too. So don't even worry about it. No, Kelly, yeah, you do post. Don't start.
Nah, you do. You do.
Yeah, you do.
In the comments.
Yeah, you do. So what we'll do is we're gonna have a next show talking. Look at Kayla. Oh Lord. So Kayla hella dumb. She's so stupid. God damn. Callie, yes, you do. I'm gonna show you offline.
Kayla crazy.
But yeah, we'll do one against the men, Callie. So we'll do one against the men. We'll have you on. So we know you're gonna beat the show up with that one. So we'll talk about that. But yeah, man, we've been on here for a while. Legend reflection, man. I appreciate y'all coming on tonight, man. Just giving y'all views on the video, man. This is just everybody like personal opinion. This ain't nothing directed to anybody or individual or nothing like that, man. We like to gather everybody's opinion, right or wrong.
That is correct.
Agreement and some understanding, man. So that's all it is. But again, I appreciate y'all coming on tonight, man, and voicing y'all opinion on that. We got to do it again this week, man, and keep it going.
Hey, we appreciate you using your platform, man. This shows love back to the community, back to us people.
I appreciate y'all standing on what y'all saying too, man.
Oh,
yeah, for sure.
All right, y'all.
Peace.
Peace.